the memo. Derek Rose can go upstairs.
The NFL season is over. Congratulations to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs on their second straight Super Bowl title. We've got the NBA heading to the All-Star break and Major League Baseball teams reporting for duty. Spring training is underway in Arizona and Florida. And here we sit in the palatial Palatine studio, the Sriracha studio. Stacey's here after a long week on the road. Timmy Whispers is here. That was kind of a weird trip you had. You went south, you went east, you went to Cleveland. A lot of fun.
I tell you what, Mark. This is part of the NBA. Being part of the NBA, the travel comes with it.
Yeah.
I've been doing this now for 30+ years, and it seems like it gets worse as you get older. Okay?
Sure. Yeah.
And the way the schedule is worked out is amazing because it's like, what's the rhyme and reason of some of the places they send you? Okay, so first place you go to Memphis, and then you would think you would go to Cleveland next because it'd be the closest. No, they're going to send you all the way down to Orlando, and then from Orlando you're going to go to Atlanta. And then Atlanta back over to Cleveland, and then Cleveland back to Chicago. It's like a little monkey with a astronaut suit, picking out ping pong balls. Let's send the Bulls to Boise, Idaho. That's a good idea, Bubbles. It's like, come on, man, give us a break. So we got a week off now, which I'm excited about. I wish we'd have closed out better.
Yeah.
Had a chance the Bulls had a chance to get to 500. Had a couple of opportunities to get to 500 and just kind of just not able to do it, which is very frustrating because, when you're on these long road trips, you don't mind the long road trips when you're winning. It kind of balances out. It's when you're losing these games that you should have won that makes the trip miserable. The Orlando game, we should have won that game. We should have beaten Cleveland last night. Phoenix that time, the Lakers. I mean, it just is so frustrating because this team shows you on certain nights they can play with anybody, and then there's other nights they just kind of disappear.
So, Whispers, what are you going to do during the All-Star break?
Well, first of all, I'm sorry I didn't get the memo about. I thought you guys said blue, not black tonight, so my bad.
Oh wow, yeah, you did.
Kind of in sync with where the season's going.
Yeah, man. But what am I doing?
Yeah,
I don't know. I had plans, and they got disrupted by someone named Mr. King.
Wait
no,
no,
pointing fingers again.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You like that? You like that offensive lineman from the 49ers? They blame the other lineman for missing the block.
We should be in sunny Florida right now, but how that goes.
We should be, and there's still a possibility I may go.
Well, let me know. Let me know how it goes.
I'm staying at the Kelley household.
Well, I'll give you
Tim's
the
palatial
codes.
estate in Fort Myers.
I'll give you the codes.
Yeah, I'm just scared that if I go there and I start punching in the codes, all of a sudden the neighbors will call a SWAT team, and y'all see me on CNN, black male being attacked by the police.
I'll send him a picture ahead of time that you're the guy beating on my back door.
Yeah, or I can see Tim saying, I don't know him.
Yeah,
I never seen him before in my life. Arrest him.
Yeah, who's that guy?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm scared to go there.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It's a setup.
It's a setup, exactly.
Well, you were talking about the road trip that completed in Cleveland. The Bulls, if they had hung on to that 17-point lead, would have been able to come back home 3-1, which would have been really a nice road trip. Instead, it's 2-2. But a lot of people, more people around the league are talking about Kobe White. I'm sure you saw the quotes from Donovan Mitchell saying you could see in his eyes his kid knows he's arrived.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a killer in his eyes now. And, I know he missed that shot last night, but you wanted him to take that shot. It's his turn. It's his time. To be able to step up and have the opportunity to win a game or tie a game. And I thought them running a play for him, he got a good look. If anything, I thought the screen could have been better, from Vooch to give him a cleaner look. But the fact that it looked good when it left his hands, but again, the Bulls should never been in that situation. He had played well enough. I mean, he was going basket for basket, against, their guards, Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, and he was going basket for basket. He's just playing, at a different level right now. He's the most improved player in the game right now. He should win that award easily.
And I think it's really fun for Bulls fans looking ahead to the future is now you've got not one but two young guards who have really turned their games around over the last year. Ayo Dosunmu is at 14 3-point shots over his last 3 games, and his aggressiveness on the offensive end, his ability to finish at the rim, just gives them a whole different dimension on offense.
Well, and I said this last night, what would be nice to see if you can include Patrick Williams in that improvement of young players.
Yeah.
You know, you're starting to see it in Dalen Terry. Dalen Terry is starting to show you some signs that he's turning the corner as far as the maturation process is concerned. And if you get Patrick Williams doing that, and you know, when he comes back from this foot injury, we don't know when he's going to come back. But if he can come back and show you, because he had shown you promise for a while, and then all of a sudden it kind of tapered off a little bit. But if he can come back and do what these other guys are doing, that's a nice nucleus to start with if the Bulls ever decided, like, hey, you know what? We're going to go young. And these guys would be your elder statesmen. These guys will be guys with experience, you know, 3, 4, 5 years of experience, and they're still considered young guys.
And, you know, the thing is with the development of White and DeSumo and the fact that, you know, you still got another year of Alex Caruso under contract, it really is going to make it an uncomfortable summer for Zach LaVine's future. I mean, really now you wonder, where does he fit anymore?
Well, I just believe that the Bulls are waiting to see what Lonzo Ball is going to do. I mean, I don't have any inside information. No one's told me anything. It's just my gut feeling is let's see where Lonzo Ball, because they have seen what this team looks like when Lonzo Ball is leading the charge. They've seen it. So they've got a big sample size of what it looked like. And they've seen what it looks like when he's not here. So I believe they're waiting to see what the prognosis is on his knee. Is he going to be healthy? Is he going to be ready to go? All reports so far, which are encouraging, is that Lonzo Ball's knees have no pain in them. But again, he hasn't done any of the running, the jumping, the things that are required for you to be a professional athlete. But he has, you know, he was shooting I think it was last week before he went on the road trip. He was over at the Advocate Center shooting. That's a good sign. And so I just believe they're waiting on them. I don't know if they would have even traded Zach. I know it seemed like from the outside, a lot of times, Mark, everybody on the outside thinks they know everything. Oh, there's a deal being made. Da-da-da. You don't know a deal's being made till the deal's actually been made. Okay, so I don't believe that Detroit and Bulls were really. They might have been close, might have been discussions, but I don't know if that trigger was ready to be pulled, because what the initial offer Detroit was offering, you had none of those young players. It was all veteran players that you don't need, you know. So if you're AK, why am I going to give you an all-star caliber player that's going to give you automatically 25 points on your roster right out the gate? Okay, who's still one of the most exciting players in the game, and you're going to give me, you know, you're going to give me a bag of Doritos. I'm giving you diamonds. You give me Doritos. So they didn't pull the trigger, and then Zach, you know, of course, goes on the injury reserve with the you know, foot surgery. So that kind of nicks anything. But I just think they're waiting for Lonzo Ball, and with Kobe's development now, that even adds a little bit more to it, because, you know, I see Kobe as the 2 guard. I've said this all along. I think, I mean, you look at his assist totals. You know, last night I think he had 4 assists at the point guard position. You know, I like to see him, if he's going to be a point guard, I like to see his assist totals be a little bit better. He's a scoring guard, man. He's a bigger Ben Gordon. I think, you know, when I say that, he scores like Ben Gordon. I think he's a better defensive player than Ben Gordon. He's bigger than Ben Gordon. You know, he sees the floor better than Ben Gordon. But as far as the scorer's mentality, he's like Ben Gordon. You know, he's like Jamal Crawford, guys who can come in and get buckets for you and go for 30 any given night.
How about the game that Io had in Atlanta? I mean, that was so impressive. Not only did he score a career-high 29 points, but he completely frustrated Trae Young. It got to the point where it almost seemed like Trae Young didn't even want to be on the court anymore.
Well, it's something about that matchup. Io gets up for the Atlanta Hawks, you know, and then playing against Trae Young. You know, he does his homework. He studies. You know, he's very thorough in what he does, and you can tell, like, he took away all the things that Trae Young likes to do. Okay, he didn't fall for the old "let me get by you and let me jump into you" trick. You know, he stayed down on the pump fakes. He made it very difficult for, you know, Trae Young to move, and it played him physical. His length bothered Trae Young. You know, I mean, Io plays a lot bigger than what he actually is. So, you know, his length bothered Trae Young, and it really hurt their guards. I mean, their guards didn't play well at all. You know, and so when their guards don't play well, then it puts pressure on everybody else. Where you get your points from if you're Atlanta?
Whispers, your phone's been going off like crazy. Is the president trying to contact you? What's going on?
OnlyFans telling his account's been cut off.
It's
been too much of a
very
freaking
upsetting. Yeah, they like that revenue stream I give them, but yeah, no, I think it's about the food.
Oh,
was
okay.
there?
I'm guessing.
Went to the wrong office again?
Probably did. That's what happens to us. That's why we never eat here.
Wow.
Actually,
We're on a hunger strike here. Give me
Yeah.
the hot sauce.
what I do is pretend I order food and then tell
Yeah.
someone call me
Oh,
like
damn.
9 times in a
I
row.
meant to get a really good spread this week.
Wow.
We just went to
Darn.
the wrong office.
It happened again.
Sorry,
Oh, man.
guys.
So Billy's been going more with the double big lineup with Vooch and Drummond, and Drummond is feasting. You know, he's getting a lot of offensive boards. He gets double-digit rebounds almost every game. How do you like that look?
Listen, I've been saying for this from the very beginning, especially with the Bulls having a hard time rebounding the basketball. That's been one of the Achilles heels that this team doesn't rebound very well. So when you bring in a guy like Drummond, he shores up that department for you. He's going to get offensive rebounds. He's going to get defensive rebounds. He's going to rim protect. He had a huge block. Are you okay over there, buddy? He's over here falling down. The phone's falling down.
I'm hungry. I don't want
Oh
to
my
miss that meal.
goodness.
He's
we're over here-
falling and he can't get up.
We're over here like, we're over here talking, we're working. You know,
Yeah.
he's over here falling down over here.
Gotta get one of those medical
Help
alert
me.
bracelets.
Medical alert. I'm falling, I can't get up.
I also dropped my life alert. I don't know where it was.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh,
Life alert.
no.
That's what it is, America. He has a life alert. He's over here knocking things over. I'm like, where's all this noise coming from? But it's whispers.
Actually, mine's called a beer alert.
Just like
whispers.
Hey, so the Bulls are 26-29 going into the All-Star break. They are pretty much solidly in that 9th position. I don't think they're going to be able to move up. And when you look below them, Brooklyn's like 4.5 behind in 11th place. So they're probably going to be in the play-in. What are you looking for? So we got, let me do the math here quickly, 27 games left. What are you looking to see over those final 27?
Well, right out the box after All-Star break, they got a who's who of killers.
Boston right off the
Yeah,
bat.
I mean, if we do we have the schedule up there? So then the next 5 games, look at them. You got you got Milwaukee, Sac, Utah, Golden State, the Clippers.
Yeah, Clippers are hot,
Yeah,
too.
that's those are on the road. But when we come back, do we have the rest of February? That looks like somebody kids' crayons. Or who made that skit?
Yeah, it's like one of those old games.
What is this?
Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, Tecmo Bowl. We got a Tecmo Bowl schedule. We can't hear you, D. Still can't hear you.
Oh, he's pointing fingers.
Yeah.
Somebody else did it.
So let's look at the Tecmo Bowl schedule. Okay, so
But it's like I said, you're pointing fingers at somebody else.
So we got.
You should be like Kobe White. He said it was my fault on that pass. You know,
yes.
say just I screwed up.
So
That's
we got-
how you handle
we
it.
got
Try it out
Pac-Man.
sometime.
We got Pac-Man. We got Dig Dug. Look at all those little old cartoons. We got Galaga. So coming out of the break is going to be tough because you got Boston. You got Boston coming out. You got New Orleans who's playing really well. Detroit should be a win, and you got Cleveland again. So then in March, you saw a March schedule. We're going to be going on the West Coast. So
Yeah.
I mean, these next 2 weeks. Look at that. I mean, these next 2 in Milwaukee. So there's no easy games up until you get to Washington. Then you start seeing Washington, Portland, Houston. Houston's been playing pretty good. But, yeah, for 2 weeks, man, this is a murderer's row.
So, D, what's the story on the bottom there? Is that Pac-Man, a little bull,
Are
going
those
to eat the
trophies?
6 trophies? Is that what? Is that,
Oh, I didn't know.
Is it
I
like a
thought-
video game?
Oh. Okay, so I thought it was Pac-Man, and I thought it was somebody like little men like
that's
urinating
Benny.
on the wall or something like they're
Oh,
bending
my
over.
goodness.
I mean, I don't have my glasses on, America, but it looks like little men are like urinating on the wall. Like I didn't know, but
No, those are your 6 championship trophies.
so this is like a video game calendar.
Yeah.
Your brother's right. How is he? 6? Wow. Wow. Okay, let me just. He's been fired. We want a real calendar up there next time. This is like 1980s video game calendar.
You know, I was driving over here, and both sports radio stations were talking about the return of the college football.
We're there,
video game.
baby.
I guess
We're
it's
there.
supposed to be this like
Yes,
This
everybody
cult thing.
played
Everybody
that.
loves
one.
it, yeah.
Everybody played that. They played that more than Madden.
yeah.
Oh, baby.
But now I guess it's different because you can use the names of the players.
Let me tell you
and
something.
they actually get some profit out of it now.
Let me tell you something, America. You like to play the college football game? No, I'm gonna put a league together. See, there's college football 25, baby. I've been on every one of those games. I played every single one of those games.
Yeah, people on the radio say just love it. They were just talking about how great it is.
Dude, the game is like it's just like the college. You run all the college plays, RPOs, options. You pick your favorite team. You can recruit players.
Yeah.
And then you have a league. You have an actual league of players like my friends. We'll have a league, and we all will separate. We won't play in the same conferences. So you put somebody in the SEC, someone in the ACC, whatever. So we all have a chance to get into the playoffs.
Pac-2.
We get the Pac-2. So we all have a chance to get into the playoff category and then, be able to play each other in the playoffs. That's what you want to do. And also recruiting, because we don't want to, like when I had Florida and Florida State. You couldn't come to Florida, the state of Florida, and recruit anybody. They were always coming to my school, the top players. Because Florida, Texas, California, and Alabama, those guys always get the high recruits. They always get the best recruits. So if you're one of those coaches, you got to win at least 2 national championships to lock down your state. And nobody was coming in Florida, brother.
Is there an NIL clip for that?
There is going to be now.
There might be NIL, yeah.
And the kids in the game, they have to sign they're willing to have their likeness used. They're going to get paid now.
Yeah, they're going to get
which
paid.
is a great thing.
This is what started this whole thing.
Yeah, right.
This is what started the NIL. This is what started like the frustration, because it was the old Bannon brothers from UCLA.
Right. Yeah.
And shout out to those guys who got the players paid. And it started with this video game, because the college video game was the one that was using the likeness of the players, using, basically the names of the players, and the players weren't getting paid. But they were making tons of money off the college football game. And by the response that you've seen all the people, you can see it was a popular game.
Yeah, they were saying that you can put yourself in the game. You can be like a high school athlete and get recruited by big-time colleges.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, it's like
the
a
road
story.
to glory.
It's a story. It's like a story. Like it's an amazing game. It's an amazing game. And, like I said, it's been around for a while, and they used to have a college basketball game the same way. They used to have they had the same kind of format. And what I like about the college football game compared to Madden always seemed to me robotic. Like the players, like the old Atari, and they used to go left, down, right.
Right.
Madden always seemed robotic. Like the movements weren't natural. But when you play the college football game, you're fake handoffing. You're doing all the things they do in college football. And it felt like you was really, really playing college football.
How many years was it away?
It's been away it's been probably about 8 years.
Okay, so I know a lot of people are celebrating the return of
years.
college football 25.
If you want to get your butt kicked, America, join my league.
Couple more NBA things before we talk about the Super Bowl and what's going on with the Bears in the offseason. The last 2-minute report came out, that phantom foul where Mitchell pushed off against Caruso.
Yeah.
The league said that was a mistake.
Okay, you know what? Listen, America. They need to stop this last 2 minutes of the thing, okay?
Who does it help?
Yeah,
right?
all it does is make people wonder, like, what are y'all doing?
Right.
Like, because the first thing, listen, you got betting on there now. You got everybody's betting. You got, first quarter bets, second quarter bets, halftime bets. There's so much stuff involved. And then when you come back and you have these missed calls, people automatically already think that, the game is rigged. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when you hear the last 2 minutes report and go, yeah, that shouldn't have been a call, which ended up kind of costing us the game, because you gave them a foul shot and then you gave them the possession of the ball, which were able then to run some more clock off. And listen, should never got to that point. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
Should never got to the point. But the fact that they come back after the game is over and admit that, all it does is rub salt in the wounds to Bulls Nation, So stop doing it. Just eat it, own it, and just ignore it. Just go, well, yeah, they messed that one. We blew that call, but we're not going to report it. Just let it go. No one's going to say anything.
Hey, did you hear about the dust up between Isaiah Stewart and Drew Eubanks coming off the bus before the game?
Let me tell you something. Y'all better leave Isaiah Stewart alone. Okay?
That's a big man.
Listen, Isaiah Stewart's got a reputation in this league now. He can throw them hands, okay? When you got LeBron James, moving away from you, and he's coming after you, yeah. And he locked up with Draymond Green, and Draymond Green kind of like, oh, this guy, I better not mess with this guy. Leave Isaiah Stewart alone. I don't know. Listen, Drew Eubanks must have said something and was a smart ass, because when we played them up in he was in the game and he got a technical on Drummond. He does a little. Just look at his face. Okay, look at his face right there, America. For the people who watch this on YouTube, don't you just want to just smack him? He just look like he got a smackable face. Like he just say something, you just want to smack him. Okay, he's an instigator, and no one knows what was said. I guess they got cameras, but obviously he said something or maybe he said something in a previous game that carried over. Look at it right there. Both Stewart and Eubanks were going chest to chest before a swing to Eubanks' face connected on Wednesday. Sources say both are separated, and there is police presence involved with the situation in the Phoenix.
Yeah, they arrested Stewart.
Yeah, they were arrested Stewart. They arrested him.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's basketball players fighting.
I know.
But you know that's just the
It
police.
was before they were
department.
basketball players, though.
Yeah.
They were civilians walking
Yeah.
off the bus, going into the
That's
arena.
that's just police, getting 15 seconds of fame and getting their getting noticed. Look at that.
Yeah, speaking of ridiculous things, did you see PJ Tucker got fined $75,000 for asking for a trade in a public forum? They don't want players be going public saying I want to be traded from this team. But that's a pretty heavy fine for.
Listen. He's a veteran player. You're not playing him.
Yeah.
He wants to be playing. He wants to be helping a contender, and you had an opportunity to move him. You could have traded him for some potato chips. You could have traded anybody would have gave you a second rounder for him.
Apparently not, because he got sent to the Clippers and he's not playing. Now he wants to be released, but he doesn't want to give back any of his money.
Well, the Clippers probably want to hold on to him because of the injuries that they normally have.
Right.
And if you give him up and you don't have anyone to replace somebody, I mean, Norman Powell got hit in the face the other day that was down for a while. Kawhi Leonard has been playing phenomenally. I mean, he hasn't missed any games hardly. Paul George has been available, but you never know with the Clippers. They can always have one injury to a key player or a wing player, and you let that guy go, and you have nobody now. I can see why they want to hold on to him, but play the guy at least, man. I mean, what else is he supposed to say? Like, I really like sitting over here. I'm a veteran. I've won some rings, and I really like sitting over here and sitting on the bench in L.A.
Yeah. So the deadline for veterans to sign on with a team and be eligible for the playoffs is March 1st. The Bulls have a roster spot. Do you think they could sign a guy like Furkan Korkmaz or Danilo Gallinari? They wouldn't play anyway. See, that's the thing about the buyout market. Most situations, those guys don't play anyway.
Listen, Korkmaz or Kirk, what was his name? From the Phillies. Korkmaz.
Yeah.
I like him.
He can shoot.
He can shoot. I heard there's Joe Harris's name pop up. But it's kind of died now. Listen, I will say this. We need bigs. We need forwards. We need guys that are 6'8" and taller. We are a team full of guards. We are a team that is super small. Our options are to run Alex Caruso at power forward. And I love Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso is one of the toughest players in this game, pound for pound. But you're doing him a disservice when you're playing him at power forward and he's having to guard guys like Giannis and all these big guys.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Kevin Durant. It's not fair to him, And then you wonder why the guy's hurting all the time, why he's getting banged up. You're asking him to go up there and guard guys that weigh 30, 40 pounds more than him, So if they go out and get somebody, like I said, I have no insight. This is just my personal opinion. Go out and get some size. Go out there and find somebody that's 6'8", 6'9", that can play the 4, the 5, that can rebound the basketball for you. You don't have a lot of options, but I'm sure there's someone out there that you can get that can give you 15, 20 minutes. Or how about this? How about play some of the guys that's in your G League?
I was just going to
How about play
get to that.
Sonoga?
Sonogo. Yeah.
How about play him? How about giving him an opportunity? How about letting OB, Batim? How about giving him a chance to see what he can do shooting-wise? You have these guys on your roster. Is Derek Favors still on down there?
He's still on there, yeah.
Yeah, how about bringing him up? An NBA player who's got, 9, 10 years experience. How about bring him up and let him see what he can do as your 4 or 5 and give you some minutes? I'm sure he can do better than what we have right now.
I tell you what, calling the Windy City Bulls game, Sonogo gets a double-double every night. The kid works hard, tireless on the offensive glass. He would not hurt you if you put him out there for 10 to 12 minutes a game. That's
the problem, though, Mark. It's like either, Billy just didn't have a lot of confidence in anybody that's not in his top 6 rotation. I mean, it's very obvious. Like, if you're not in the top 6 rotation, you probably won't see a lot of playing time unless you're forced into action. Like, we had all those injuries, and here comes Drummond. Drummond, it tells you the worth of Andre Drummond. Everybody wanted Andre Drummond, okay? If everybody wants Andre Drummond to trade, why is he not playing on our team? What does that say about, our rotations and what we're doing with him? Everyone wants a center. Everybody wants the Lakers wanted him. Philly wanted him. Oklahoma City wanted him. I mean, Utah. I mean, all these teams want this guy, but for whatever reason, he can't find any playing time on our team, except when it's forced minutes, he gets out there and plays. But, I mean, the guy gives you a double-double. Look at his stats last night. Can we pull up the stats from last night? Okay, there are 10 points and 15 rebounds last night against the Cavaliers. Now, I don't need Andre Drummond to give me 20 points like he did, when he was starting. 10 points, a double-double. He's getting you 15 rebounds. He gives you a steal and a block, and pretty much a steal and block every night.
Right.
So that to me is worth, he should be getting at least 20, 25 minutes a night. And like I said, Billy, the way they use him right now is when they play a big lineup, Bulls play big 4 and 5. When they play a lineup that's more what the league is seeing today, they play, Alex Caruso at the power forward spot or Torrey Craig at the power forward spot, and they bring him off the bench. Just start him, let the other teams match up to you. So you look at his numbers here. So 4 out of the 5 games, he got double-digit rebounds.
Right.
Okay. Now the Magic game, he got 4 fouls like in the first half. So that was an aberration right there. Throw that out the way. But you look at 16 points, 16 rebounds against the T-Wolves, who are number 1, 2, 3 team in the West.
Yeah.
Grizzlies, 21 points, 13 rebounds. The Hawks, 7 and 11. And I'd be interested to show, like, if we had the minutes, how many minutes, because that's where these are efficient numbers for the minutes that he's playing. It's not like he played 40 minutes or he played 35. This could be some of these games he played 26, 25 and put up these numbers. So there's a reason why teams, and he's going to be he's going to make some money this summer as a free agent.
No, there's no question
He's
about
going
it.
to make some money because at worst case scenario, the Philadelphia 76ers are going to be knocking down his door because they have no viable backup for, Joel Embiid right now. They got some guys who are decent, but they don't rebound like Andre Drummond does. They can't hold down the fort like Andre Drummond does.
So, I just want to give a shout-out to my guy, Adama Sanogo. He's going to be representing the Bulls. He's the only representative for the Bulls at All-Star Weekend. He's going to play in the G League next up All-Star
Good
game.
for him.
Yeah,
hard worker, deserves it.
congratulations.
Kid plays hard. I'd like to see him play more, I'd like to see him and Batum get up some opportunities to play,
Right.
especially during this stretch where we're going to, you got Kobe White, first of all, playing, lead the league in minutes, him and DeMar. And you can tell some nights Kobe's tired, and it'd be nice to see some of these other guys get an opportunity. Batum is a big-time European forward. He's big time. People know him. He's in the Euro League, which is the equivalent to the NBA. People know this kid. They know he can play. But, Bulls fans don't know if he can play. Unless you follow him on the G League team, it'd be nice to see him get some minutes and as a shooter, which we need most nights. We need shooting and to see what he can do.
So we get a week off until the Bulls take on the Boston Celtics coming up next Thursday. We'll see if they can make a run, but as we showed you the schedule, they've got some tough games coming up. We're going to talk football next, but first I want to tell you about our good buddy Jeff Vukovich and Nationwide Insurance. When it comes to insurance for your auto, home, and business, make sure you contact a good friend, someone who will treat you like royalty. Our buddy Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. You can reach him at jeffvuk.com. That's jeffvuk.com. The phone number 847-825-4783. And it's the last time you're going to be able to enjoy the jingle for a week or so.
But if you call me, if you have my personal number, America, I will definitely sing it to you. If you want this to be a ringtone, we have ways to make it happen. I will sell it to you, okay? But in the meantime, here we go. This is for all the ladies out there who are lonely on Valentine's Day.
Oh, boy.
And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to be lonely anymore. Just call Stacey. Nationwide is on your side. Woo!
And for only $99.99, you can get that personally recorded by Stacey King.
And if you need me to come over, it'll be $100.
That'd be 1 penny more. It's like getting the free.
I'll rub your feet. No, not rub your feet. No.
You, be careful what you're getting yourself into.
You ain't lying. Gotta have your own.
All right, we're talking a little football. We come back. The Super Bowl is over. The Bears are thinking about what they're going to do at quarterback, that, and a whole lot more when Gimme the Hot Sauce rolls on. We're back on Gimme the Hot Sauce. I'm sure everybody watched the Super Bowl. It was entertaining to go to overtime. Kind of dull, really, for about 2.5 quarters, but then it got going at the end.
Swifties, baby.
Yeah, Swifties
were in chill. They were in form, baby.
And, the commercials are always fun. And the funniest thing was, Tim retired his Christopher Walken impersonation.
No, he was forced to quit.
And yet, did you see the commercial?
Yes.
The whole world impersonating Christopher Walken.
See how we set that up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You try to get out, but they keep dragging you back in.
That's right.
Oh no, America.
I was ready for one for Mike Tyson though. Where was he?
Oh no,
No. Mike Tyson
No.
did not appear in
No.
any Super Bowl ads.
Doritos. I mean,
Oh,
they should have had him in there.
Oh my God, no, stop.
Pepsi and Doritos.
No, that's enough. That's enough.
We've heard enough. It's
But
been
yeah,
enough.
Christopher Walken's in a new movie. I mean, he's
Yeah.
everywhere. The guy's 80. What is he? He said he's 81.
81.
Still
81.
going strong, even with Whisper's impersonation trying to kill him.
Yeah,
That's
he's,
right.
Yeah, man.
He's
He
still
look
relevant.
good. He look good.
Oh yeah, he's in that new Beamer, looking
Yeah.
sharp.
What'd you think of Matt Damon and or Ben Affleck doing the Dung Kings?
I actually liked it.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
There were the commercials.
J Lo's
weren't-
reaction was great.
The
when he was doing that.
commercials.
funny.
The
Yeah.
commercials weren't really that good.
Yeah,
I mean, the one of my favorites always been the E-Trade babies
right.
when they were
right.
playing pickleball.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
always good.
I like that one. I like the Dunk Kings. That was good. But some of them were not. Just weren't. They're very good.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't a great year for commercials.
And I guess
Really?
Kanye West bought I didn't even see his commercial.
That was so weird.
Did you see it?
Oh yeah, I saw it. It was very.
He
weird.
paid $7 million to get a commercial ad, right? I didn't see it. But his reason, people thought he was crazy for buying an ad. What was the ad, Tim? What did he do? Did he have his mask on?
It was for Yeezys, but only at the end. They just kept rotating around his head and showing his messed up tooth, which was weird. And
Yeah. He had some on his lip, too.
and then they had a kid sitting on his head, straddling his head. And you're like, what in the world is going on? And that just says Yeezys.com at the end. I'm like,
but
I
he
have no idea what
supposedly, but you
happened.
saw how much he sold, though.
well, if it works, I mean,
Yeah,
It cost him $7 million, I think, to do the commercial, which he didn't really do anything. It was really weird. Okay, it was a wasted time and space in your mind, but in his what he had pocketed
Yeah.
after all this was over, how many shoes he sold? They said he sold like 300 million.
yeah, and that's after he separated from Nike with those Yeezys,
Yeah,
right?
or
So-
Adidas.
Or Adidas, yeah,
Adidas.
right. And so
Yeah.
now he's on his own. They said he'll never sell anymore.
Yeah,
Apparently,
Yeah,
he's
he's-
okay.
hey, he made a lot. He showed the receipts. He showed how much money he made off that. People
Yes.
thought people said $7 million. Why would you spend $7 million on an individual? Spend $7 million on a commercial that no one understood.
Well, my favorite ad is one I didn't understand till the end of
Which
all
one?
time. Is a E-Trade ad. Where it opens up a garage with these two guys sitting in lawn chairs, and a monkey on top of a garbage can with a boombox and hitting the garbage can with sticks. Do you remember this?
vaguely.
It
Yeah.
runs for 30 seconds, and then at the end it says, "We just blew $2 million. What are you spending your money on?"
Oh, but-
E-Trade.
No, so
But you're watching it and going,
so
"What is
there-
going
yeah.
on
So the
here?"
commercial was the monkey beating on the drums.
Yeah, with these two old guys sitting in the chairs doing, kind of rocking. And you're like, what is happening here? What is this? That's the way I felt about
Got
the,
your attention.
Yeah, so you're
That's what it's
watching
all
and
about.
And people are talking about it,
hmm
which is what Kanye West. Now I saw him in the airport. I guess he was in the airport. He got into an argument about his wife. They were talking about what he makes his wife wear and all this stuff. And he got into some argument with some celebrities, Shaq, and about the clothes his wife wears. Because a lot of times he'll have a mask on, she'll have a mask on, she'll be in big shoulder pads and just look like the Michelin people. And but he was in the airport walking. I don't know if he's got fake teeth, gold teeth or something, but he had something on his lip. Man, it looked like a speed bag. It was just and you don't even listen to what he was saying. No, Mark, you're sitting there focused on this. You remember Uncle Buck when the principal had the mole on her face, and so
Okay.
so
There's
Uncle
a
Buck,
quarter.
yeah,
Have a rat chew this off your
Uncle
face
Buck's
downtown.
Uncle Buck's yeah, and he's talking about his daughter, or his niece, and he's saying, no, she's only 6 years old, blah blah blah, and he goes, I mean. And he said something about the mole in the conversation. Yeah, it'd be nice if she would just get that mole. I mean, I'm sorry. And he throws mole out there, and subconsciously he throws it out there. And then he says, "Here's a quarter. Once you go get somebody
Go downtown
to
and
have a rat
gnawed
gnawed
off
off."
your face.
That's kind of what it was when you're watching Kanye's lip. It was some kind of bubble on his lip or something, like he had been burned by something hot. It was nasty. It was nasty.
So you never know what kind of references you're going to get here on Give Me the Hot Sauce. Who would have
Everywhere.
guessed
Who
in
would have
episode 160, whatever it is, that you would hear an Uncle Buck story? But there you go.
Uncle Buck, well, classic.
Full service. Hey, it won't cost you $7 million to get a bottle of Stacey's signature sauce. Tim, why don't you tell the folks how
Tell
they
us.
get a bottle?
Well, you got.
You need some copy to
No.
refresh your memory?
No, I think we can
See, when
handle
he's not walking,
Yeah.
you don't know what to do.
He's not bringing
Yeah,
it.
he's looking.
No, I was going to tell,
All right,
we
go
have to
ahead.
make some decisions here for this show.
Okay, go ahead.
We got a couple of things coming up this summer that we got to
Okay.
decide. We're going to the Windy City
Don't
Smokeout.
do it on the air. We don't make decisions on the air. Those are high level meetings.
Yeah, but maybe
afterwards.
someone's going to call in, because one of the things we're going to start adding as part of the hot sauce promotions is the question of the week. So
all right.
email us at info@gimmethehotsauce.com. If you're the question of the week, we're going to send you some hot sauce, but it has to be something really good.
An Uncle Buck reference about a mole.
Yeah.
It can be about guacamole, mole, but yeah, it has to be something good, something, that's
Where can they send these questions, Tim?
info@gimmethehotsauce.com.
That's a big. It should be up on the screen. or something.
GIMME hotsauce.com.
Info is INFO.
That's right, Mark. You're
Info at.
We're on top of
Mark's
this
like an
one.
English teacher over
At
there.
the @
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Give me
God.
the hot sauce, HOT.
Okay.
And you've got a hamster back in your office is going to be screening these.
Well, we'll see.
A hamster.
DD might have to go through them.
Oh.
You can ask any question. It can be about sports,
Ask us
Sports,
anything.
about the Bulls.
is the- yeah.
personal
You know,
lives,
Yeah.
anything.
Ron Jeremy questions.
What happened to
Whatever.
Angry Byron?
Yeah, Angry
Yeah,
Byron.
anything like that.
49ers firing their DC today.
That's
Steve
a bunch
Wilkes
of
after 1
bullshit.
year.
Seriously,
He's the
man.
scapegoat.
Just
Yeah, you know
ridiculous.
what? Shanahan,
Ridiculous.
listen. You guys lost. You lost because of the punt. The defense did their job. They can't. Listen. Some of your best players were out. They're one of their top middle linebackers tears his Achilles just running into the game. So what does that say? I mean, seriously, how often do you ever see that happen?
Yeah, never.
That I mean, come on, man. It was like somebody shot him. He was, he's getting ready. He's bouncing on the sideline, and they were doing a good job on the Chiefs at that point. And he just stretches and starts to run, and it was like somebody shot him. He falls on the ground, and I go, "Oh, he tore his Achilles." They're like, "No, he didn't. No, he didn't." I'm like, "He tore his Achilles." And sure enough, he tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
And that was a huge piece missing from their defense, because he's the guy that can also run with Kelsey. He's fast enough to run with Kelsey. And without him being out there, you had Fred, Warner, he had to do it. And he's not as fast as Greenlaw, whatever his name is. And that hurt him. And then that punt. And how about this? Not knowing the overtime rules. I didn't even know the overtime rules. I ain't gonna lie. America.
Yeah, but a professional football team has to know the rules.
America. First of all, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know the rules either. Okay. I just thought first team scores, wins if it wasn't a touchdown.
Right.
If it was a touchdown, it's over. If it's a field goal, the other team gets a chance.
Yeah.
That's
like
what I thought.
like it is in regular.
Yeah,
season.
that's what I thought. But this endless play, like, oh my God, like put some pressure on the teams. Make that clock be an ally to one, but also, let that clock put some pressure on the other team, because now you got the 49ers go down and score, boom, boom. And then now let the clock be, let the clock put Kansas City in a situation.
Hold on, though. That was the crime of the game, in my opinion, on the coaching thing, when it was when they had their 3rd down, 3rd and 4, and they go for the passing play when you're destroying them with the running game. Because either you're going to play field position.
Well,
or
they had
go
got
for the
stuff
score.
to play before.
Yeah, but then still, you got your opportunities. You can't just change. Your
And it's a
whole game
touchdown
plan
if
at
somebody
that
blocks
point.
Chris Jones. They just let him run.
Yeah,
in.
it's a touchdown. He had 2 touchdowns.
Sure, but
on that play, he had 2 guys wide open. He had Ilnyckj on a slant wide open.
Yeah,
He
but
beat
nobody
the corner.
blocked Chris Jones.
Yeah,
Well, my
and
point is
Chris-
it's a different
that was like
setup.
one of those things, Mark, where you're playing like 1001, 1002, and you go get the quarterback. He didn't even count.
He didn't count,
He just
no.
walked
No.
right in. I mean, he came in so
terrible.
fast. Purdy had no choice but to get rid of the ball. It's a sack.
And right then, you knew they were going to lose
Yeah.
when they had
Yeah,
to
it
settle
was-
for
it
a
was
field
ugly,
goal.
Yeah. And then the lineman going to try to blame the other lineman. Yeah, and put him out there on blast the next day. Yeah, it was his fault. He didn't block the guy. Well, no one asked you whose fault it was. No one asked you who's to blame.
Right.
The assignment was blown. You don't throw your teammate under the bus.
Unless you're D blaming
Yeah,
Cisco.
unless you're D blaming Cisco.
for the graphics.
Yeah, the graphics. Oh, yeah, that
Yeah.
Dig Dug calendar, that Pac-Man calendar, that Atari calendar was Francisco's. And I'm sure Francisco's somewhere listening
Yeah.
in his house.
He's sobbing somewhere.
How did
Yeah.
he put me on Front Street like that? Oh, my goodness. Wow.
One of the other things that was going on throughout the 2-week buildup to Super Bowl 58 was the Bears situation.
Oh.
Every show I turned on, they weren't talking about the Super Bowl. They were talking about should the Bears draft Caleb Williams or keep Justin Fields. It's crazy.
Listen,
We
let
got 2 more months of this.
I'm gonna tell you something. That's the first time the Bears have been relevant outside of Chicago. Seriously, you don't hear people talking about the Bears
all the time now.
Every single thing is whether it be ESPN, Fox.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about what the Bears are gonna do. If they don't do this, they should do this. I mean, if you're the Chicago Bears, like, hey, somebody's paying attention to us. But what are you going to do with all this information? What are you going to do with all these people paying attention to you? Are you going to trade the pick? What are you going to do? Because you get mixed readings from them. Like, they seem like they're going to keep Justin Fields. When you listen to their press conference, Warren came out and said something.
He did an interview with Jared Payton.
And basically was like, saying he's my guy.
He did.
In a roundabout way, he said he's my guy. And he's the guy ahead of the GM and all the other people, Eberflus. So if that guy is making you seem like he's my guy.
I'm sure Ryan Poles wasn't very happy listening to that interview.
No, but I mean, hey, listen, you don't ever hear Warren talk too much. I mean, Warren just chills. So for him to come out and basically be in support of Justin Fields and basically said it in all but a roundabout way, he's my guy.
Yeah, he said he's improved in every area, and we're glad he's with a member of the Chicago Bears.
Exactly. Now, unless he's like, he's just throwing people a curveball when we're all looking for fastball.
Trying to trade him.
Basically, he's like saying, yeah, we're supporting him now, but, we're going to, deep down, we all know we're going to do behind closed doors. Yeah. We're trading his ass to Pittsburgh, okay? But I'm going to tell you, man, listen. I heard Merrill Hodge, and I don't know how much stock you take into Merrill Hodge, but Merrill Hodge knows football.
Yeah,
okay.
He does.
Listen, just like Mel Kiper and all these guys, they've had home runs and they've had huge misses when they've evaluated some of the talent that they evaluate. So a lot of people just remember the misses they got. Oh, he was wrong about this guy, wrong about this guy. This guy said, listen, I've watched not enough tape on Caleb Williams, but I've watched a lot.
So you watched like 6 games.
6 games.
Yeah.
And he said, from what I'm seeing right now, the 6 games that I've seen, he's nothing special.
Yeah.
Okay. And he said the same thing about Bryce Young in Charlotte. He's like, hey, he's too small. Like if I'm a GM, I'm taking CJ Stroud. I think CJ Stroud is a franchise quarterback. I think, and you go back and look at it. He said these things, and what happened? I mean, it's still early. I mean, Bryce Young could turn it around and be a really good quarterback, but he wasn't last year. And the guy called it before the draft. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna listen to Merrill Hodge.
So this debate's going to rage on for another 2 months, and watch. They'll get up to the podium. The Bears select Jaden Daniels, quarterback LSU.
Oh my God.
Hey,
it could happen.
They did it with Trubisky, back in 2017.
Oh, man, this is the problem with the this drafting guys, because who are you listening to?
Right.
Like,
right.
You're gonna go to this combine, okay? You're gonna go to a combine. You're gonna see these guys. Are you gonna base it what they do in a combine on their pro day? Like, oh my God, he looked good in shorts.
But they want to have dinner with the kid and find out what he's all about, because he's come across as kind of cocky in a lot of different forms. Caleb Williams.
Oh, yeah, he has.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when you won like him, he's won a Heisman. He's been the best player in college football for a few years. Why wouldn't he? I mean,
got a $10 million condo in L.A.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's done.
And a cat.
Yeah, 2 cats.
Oh, my bad.
But he's a kid that has listen, a lot of the great quarterbacks in this league have confidence in themselves.
Yeah.
You want those guys. They breed confidence. Brett Favre did it. Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has supreme confidence. It's the ones who stink with supreme confidence that you don't want.
Right.
And those are hard to find. So I don't even know if an interview process, a guy is on their best behavior in the interview process. Okay. Like if I was running a pro day and I was running the combine, okay? And let's say a guy runs a 4.3 in the 40 or 4.25 in the 40 in shorts and nothing else, okay? Well, you're not going to be playing in Soldier Field with shorts and a T-shirt on, looking like a Hooters girl. You're going to have pads on. You're going to have a helmet on. I want to see what you run a 40 with pads on. Now, if you run a 4.25 40 in full gear, now we're talking. If you can throw a football 80 yards with no pads on, but I put pads on you and you throw the football 80 yards, I'm drafting you. You can make all the throws, all the pro quarterback throws with pads on and just I can see you really work. Yeah. But if, you out there in T-shirts and shorts.
What about the guy in Napoleon Dynamite who could throw it over a mountain?
Yeah, Uncle Rico. Yeah, Uncle Rico. Yeah. No, Uncle Rico. You can just tell. Look at him. He just look like a pervert. I ain't drafting Uncle Rico.
Another outdated movie reference here.
Yeah,
on Gimme the Hot Sauce. We're giving you everything. Hey, did you see the news today? The Bears cut 2 of their veterans, Eddie Jackson and Cody Whitehair both got their walking papers. They freed
Wow.
up $21.5 million in cap space. They're going to have like $54 million to spend in free agency.
Well, it's not surprising about Eddie Jackson, because Eddie Jackson kind of slipped last year. He wasn't the same Eddie Jackson that we'd seen in the past, and they got some other players that are younger.
They draft a lot of safeties.
They draft a lot of safety. So Poles has got some reinforcements that are cheaper, and so I know Eddie Jackson will end up somewhere and he'll be playing on like a contender. And then he'll be, we'll all be looking back. We had Eddie Jackson. We should have kept him. Fire Poles. Eddie Jackson's got 10 interceptions for the whoever's going to be good next year.
He'll be on the Raiders.
City. He'll be on Kansas City. Eddie Jackson will be on Kansas City. He's all pro Eddie Jackson. We had him. We let him go. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And last thing on the Bears, what do you think about the whole stadium thing? It sounds like they're really leaning towards staying in the city now.
Well, because Arlington Heights dropped the bag, bro.
They bought that property. They knocked down the grandstand. It's like,
well, I don't think they own the property yet.
They do own it.
They own it.
They own it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they knocked down this horse track, which was making them some money.
Right.
Okay. To try to entice the Bears to come. Okay.
Watch them build another horse racing track.
But the taxes, they upped the taxes because didn't the Bears evaluate what the taxes would be, how much it would be, like $60 million or something?
Yeah.
And then they came back and Arlington Heights said, no, it's worth $160 million.
Something went wrong.
Yeah.
Badly.
Somebody jacked the price up.
Yeah.
Because there's no way in the world the Bears would even committed to that if you hadn't gave them that first number. Okay, you had to give them that first number for them to even think about coming here. Okay, $60 million. Okay, we can work with that. Then someone said, wait a minute, man. Hey, that's Chicago Bears. Look at all the money they're going to generate. All the people are going to be coming every weekend, and they're going to build this off the cuff stadium that people want to come to. Let's jump up the prices by $100 million. Yeah, Bob, that's a good idea.
Yeah, but you're talking about Kevin Warren in that same interview. He made it pretty clear that Bears fans like it being in the city. We like being in the city. They like to build a stadium, with the high-rise backdrop and all the rest of that stuff.
I like it in Arlington Heights.
Well, yeah, from where you live,
I like it in the city. I like it in the city. I think it should be in the city. I think if they can make it a modern day type of stadium where you can see the backdrops. Because I think they're going to have a roof on the thing.
Yeah, he said no retractable roof. It's going to be a fixed dome.
No,
that's what they built in Minneapolis.
The only thing I don't like about that.
Yeah,
I think because of Chicago's known for the winter tundra.
Yeah, how's that worked out?
The monsters of the. Okay, Mark, that's uncalled for.
How many Super Bowls if they wanted bear weather?
Hold on, man. You just messed up my whole monologue here. You stopped me in mid-sentence, okay? But anyway, before Mark just rained on my parade, it'd be nice to have a retractable. You retract it when it's nice outside.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And then when it gets cold, you close it.
Warren made it clear. He said no matter where they build it, it's going to be a fixed dome.
Well, all right. Well, listen, not my money.
You just lost your vote.
Ain't my money. Hey, man. Hey, shout out to the Bears Hall of Famers, baby. We can't forget about those guys.
No, we didn't forget about
Steve Mongo McMichael. Congratulations, big guy. Oh, man. Hey, my prayers go out to you and your family, buddy. Devin Hester. Definitely deserved to be on the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. I think him being put in the Hall of Fame now is going to open up for other special team people. Ray Guy should have been in there a long, long time ago. He was the all-time greatest punter of all time. There's no way in the world. Listen, you can't just cut off special teams guys. They played in the NFL. If they played in the NFL and they produced at a high level, they should be in the Hall of Fame. Ray Guy should definitely be in there. I tell you something else should be in there too. Is Everson Walls from Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
I thought he was in the Hall of Fame for the longest.
That's the toughest Hall of Fame to get in.
Yeah. And that's how it should be because the basketball Hall of Fame is terrible.
Right, everybody gets in.
Basketball Hall of Fame is you went to Sonic and had a burger and you scored a couple of buckets, you're in the Hall of Fame because they combine college and pro. And it shouldn't be that way. It should be you should have a college Hall of Fame. And just like in college, you have to be worthy to be in the Hall of Fame. You got to be, at least you got to be a consensus first team All-American.
And it's the internationals, women, everything.
Everybody's in there. The Pop Warner League people are in there. The sixth grade coach's son's in there. Come on, man. Make the NBA is the NBA Hall of Fame. It should just be NBA. And then I think the other stuff, if you want to combine, women's and all that other stuff, do that. But the NBA should have its own Hall of Fame like the NFL has its own Hall of Fame. I'm sorry. Baseball has its own Hall of Fame. You should do that. If you want international and you want to include everybody else, then do that. But college and pro is totally different. Professional college. College should have its own Hall of Fame. There's a lot of great college players that should be in the Hall of Fame that are not because they didn't have great pro careers. And they judge on that, and that's not fair. You're not going to put a person in the Hall of Fame because he only played in the NBA 2 years. But the guy's all-time leading scorer, scored over 2,000 points in college, went to the Final Four, won national championship. You ain't going to put him in the Hall of Fame. That's crazy.
Yeah. Stacey King, commissioner for all sports.
Man, they should.
Right here. You heard it right here.
I'm telling you, boy, they need to make me something. Somebody's boss. I'm changing stuff. I'm changing stuff right now. We making changes for the better.
Hey, we're coming back. Tell you what we're watching and whatever else we can think of. Maybe some more outdated movie references when Gimme the Hot Sauce continues. Hey, we've been enjoying a crazy month of February weather-wise. This is fantastic. I was looking at the extended forecast.
It's amazing.
They're not predicting any snow for the entire month of February.
Oh, that's what I'm talking
which
about.
is great.
Why are people bitching about global warming? It's absolutely fantastic.
I know. It's hard to figure the weather that we've had this month, and they're predicting a couple of 50-degree days next week. So.
What did the groundhog do? Did they do the groundhog day?
No, I didn't see a shadow, so we're supposed to get early spring.
Yeah.
We got it already. It's been great. You don't have to go to Florida, Whispers. You got it
we're right here together. Me and you.
Yeah,
you'd have a cookout or something at your house?
Yeah,
maybe I will. I'm not inviting you guys.
Wow. How about the Traeger grill? How about we fire up the Traeger grill, have some ribs, some burgers. Let's have some fun with the Gimme the Hot Sauce crew, man.
Is that this weekend or next?
Whenever we can do it. I'm down for whatever.
It's probably overdue.
Yeah, man. Sorry,
he's resigned himself to it. Oh shit, I got it.
Yeah,
we got a lot of extra barbecue
sauce. But first of all, he's got to check with Maureen. Nothing goes down without the president, the queen. The queen tells him what he can do, what he can't do.
Yeah.
He'll say, honey, we want to have a barbecue. No, we're not. Okay, honey, I'll tell everybody.
It starts with, what can I do for you?
Yeah, what can I do for you? That's how it is. You got to know, you got to keep a happy home over there at the Kelley household.
Yeah, it's easy.
Tim, have you ever made a trip down for spring training? Take that in at all?
Oh, yeah. Well, I used to live down there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, down in Tempe.
Before he committed the crime, the crime of stalking. And now he wasn't allowed to go back out for like 10 years, but it's over now.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I went to a lot of games down there.
So you more Cubs fan or White Sox fan?
More Cubs, but I'm going to, the Cardinal sin, I do follow both teams and I go to both parks because it's a good time either way.
Are they ever going to sign Bellinger? I mean, what's going on? Scott Boras he's
definitely back.
He's shut down the whole baseball thing.
Well, that buzz
there's like 100 free agents that haven't signed yet.
Well, they said he's too old, Bellinger.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, but they're saying that he's right on that cusp where he had this great year and so it looks like the Cubs definitely have the best shot at him.
Well, hopefully it doesn't boomerang.
Hey,
that was a strange.
They better get him
out.
Yeah, they got to.
They better get him. Hey, boy, they need a lefty, baby. That dude had a MVP type of season last year.
Yeah, he was a monster.
It was just like the thing that came out. Sorry to go back to the Bears, but I don't know if you saw that. The story about that insider saying on the draft night with Mahomes and Trubisky that Pace went and locked himself in a room after the consensus was Mahomes, and they didn't know what he was going to do, and he just went with Trubisky.
Who?
How true is that?
I don't think that's true.
Who?
It's kind of
Pace. Who?
I was like, is that actually what happened?
No. Who did this?
The former GM, Ryan Pace.
They're saying that the building consensus was Mahomes. He went into his office, locked the door, and called in.
Yeah.
After the fact, blame it on the guy who's not there. It's easy. Yeah. They toss his ass under the bus.
But I want to believe that story.
Well, you know what? Mahomes was coming out of Texas Tech. They were playing that run and shoot style, throwing 50, 60 passes a game. Nobody knew how well Mahomes was going to translate to the NFL. Kansas City took a leap of faith. They traded up to get him. And a lot of people are wondering, why would you trade up? I mean, his college stats are kind of questionable.
Then he sat out the first year because you had
Alex Smith played. Yeah.
Okay, if you go back to that draft, it's funny that we say this because they just showed something the other day. I don't know what channel it was on, but all the people who were against Patrick Mahomes' draft, from Shannon Sharp to like all these talking heads that talk football, Michael Irvin, all these guys. And they were saying that, he's unpredictable. He's not going to do this at the next level.
Yeah.
And they were just killing the kid. And then the general manager, when he drafted him, he had to explain why he was drafting him at the time. Because he said, we feel like this kid is a franchise quarterback. We feel like we're going to have multiple Super Bowls with this quarterback. And he said all these things when they had drafted him. And then they fast forward to where they are now. He's won 3 Super Bowls. He's been to 4? He lost 1.
Lost 1, yeah.
Okay.
3-1.
So he's been to 4 Super Bowls. So the general manager was It was a profit.
And with revisionist history, most Bear fans were upset they didn't take Deshaun Watson because Deshaun Watson got off such great start
Well,
with
that's
the
what I
Houston
thought
Texans.
they were taking at the time. I
Yeah,
remember
but
that.
they never even met with him. That's the other story
Yeah,
that
never
came
met
out.
with
That
him.
they never had dinner with the kid.
They never had dinner with them. And then they brought him up on there when the like in the middle of the week they wanted to have like a dinner with them, and all the massage parlors were closed. So that's why they weren't. Y'all didn't know that? That's inside information. Oh, I'm sorry. America. I'm sorry, America.
So that's what
he
happened.
came up on a Tuesday.
Now we know
now
what
we
happened.
know. Yeah, he was
Oh,
supposed to come on a Tuesday.
All
All the
right.
massage parlors was closed.
The Purple Lotus was closed.
Oh, man.
We always wondered why they never met with Deshaun Watson.
If they would only been on the
now
weekend when the
we
massage
know.
parlors were open.
The Pink Orchid was early hours that day.
Oh, the Velvet Taco. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, trying to reclaim control of the show. Getting back to baseball. I got some good friends that are White Sox fans. That's why I asked you which team you go for.
Yeah.
Going into this season, I mean, everybody they signed was either a cast-off, coming off an injury, coming back from Korea. It's like,
Sounds
you know,
familiar.
and then Pedro Grifol gets in front of the media when the pitchers and catchers report. He goes, well, losing 101 games last year really rocked my world. I'm like,
How about the
really?
catcher?
That's your message for your fans?
How about the catcher they got who can't stand up? I mean,
Oh, Maldonado?
You can't stand up.
wasn't he just in Mexico or something?
When he had surgery? He got knees replaced?
No, I mean, he was playing in the Mexican league.
No.
Oh, he wasn't?
No.
Oh, that was just a joke? They were saying? Oh, that's not a
You're
good
so
joke.
gullible.
Wow, he fell for the old banana in the tailpipe trick.
No, actually, I was laughing when I heard it on the radio. I was
Yeah,
like,
you know what?
Because you start
Listen.
thinking about those movies with what's his
Hey,
name,
listen,
Brendan
man.
Fraser. Like,
So he's going to be back there in a wheelchair is what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Well, listen, it sounds like it. Get some springs on those knees.
Oh, my God.
Pop 'em back up.
WD-40.
An airbag under his butt.
Yeah, the manager. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And he's going to rely on Tony La Russa some more?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Expert
Yeah,
advice.
expert advice.
Yeah.
Is he awake?
The one shot I saw him, he was standing behind the catchers. Didn't have any gear on, so ball gets away.
Wow.
Look out,
He's
Tony.
done. Lights
He's
out.
done. Lights out. Exactly.
Dirt nap
Listen,
on
man,
third base.
Oh, man. I don't know about the White Sox, man. I don't know. Are they in a rebuild?
Definitely in a rebuild. Chris Getz, the new general
Is
manager.
that actually a rebuild?
Yeah.
Or is that just a further teardown?
Well, a lot of guys are gone who've been there the last few years. Mainstays.
What was the same they said? We're going to get a lot of grinders.
Yeah, well, they got that.
Yeah, a lot of grinders.
What are they grinding?
They'll be grinding coffee soon if they don't start winning. They start putting some consistency over there, man. Because they're talking about getting a new stadium.
They're hoping to. It's a race
Yeah.
between them and the Bears. Who gets that
Who
choice
gets that,
property?
Yeah, who gets that choice property?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you already know who's gonna get that choice
Yeah,
property.
that'd be NFL.
It'll be
NFL rules all.
It'll be NFL. You ain't gonna beat the NFL because the powers that be.
Right.
It's already scripted.
Yep. I'm with you.
All right, so that's enough baseball for now. We got
Thank
we
you.
got 6 more months to talk about that. Let's talk
Whoa.
about what we're watching. Whispers, what do you got to start us off?
Well, I did watch that Beekeeper. That's great. But
Told you.
you already talked about it. But I did. I was just thumbing through the on demand. I'm like, you know what? I like those old Indiana Jones movie. I picked
Yeah,
up
I
the
mentioned
new
that
one.
last week.
It was great.
Yeah, it was surprisingly good.
It was excellent. And
I love the woman in there. You know,
Oh, she was great,
She was
yeah.
really good.
But do you think there's no way he can pull this off again at his age?
Yeah,
And he pulls it off. I mean, he's a great actor. Of
I
course,
wonder what
but-
the shooting schedule was like because they had to
Yeah.
be really
The
careful to make
action.
sure that they didn't overtax him. But the way the scenes were shot, it came off really well.
Yeah, really well done and good storyline and how
Yeah,
they
he's
tied it
coming
into
back.
the past with the still bringing the Nazis in and
Yeah.
everything. And that
Well, the way the
same,
movie started was great. Remember I told you with the AI and stuff?
Mhm.
He's
Yeah,
coming
very
back.
well done, and that same personality, like too many Nazis.
Why did it have to be snakes?
yeah. Why did it be snakes? too?
I can see him come back doing another one.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And then you got something
Ah.
else for us, Whispers, right?
Oh, Alexander too. I love those docudramas that they're doing now. I watch Cleopatra, and then Alexander's kind of like the same type of deal where they have historians
Mm-hmm.
and talking about his conquests, and from whatever 8th grade the stories, but they do a great job with it. Except for the fact I noticed in all these things they're adding in all the Hollywood stuff that now he was gay back then.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why do they even throw that in there? Is it even
Yeah.
relevant to the whole story? But nonetheless, I mean, what a story, what he did. And you forget the details that, he impregnated the king of Persia's wife. and had a child, and they died, but nonetheless,
Was the child and the mother?
yeah. But he's talking about destroying the guy's mentality. First, beating him in battle, stealing his wife. She falls in love with him, and then he impregnates her. And that news gets back to the king of Persia, and it
He
just
killed
fell
him?
apart.
He killed his wife?
No, she died in childbirth.
Oh, okay. Is this the same Alexander that Colin Farrell was in? That
Yeah,
he made?
yeah.
So it's the
I
same
thought you were about
character.
to say Kaepernick.
Yeah, no, Colin Farrell. Remember that? He made Alexander movie.
Yeah, it
But
was
it's the
excellent.
same guy.
Yeah, and that was very well done too. About
Yeah,
the
that was
battles,
good. I like that one.
because he was always outnumbered by tens of thousands of troops, so there's no chance he's winning any of these battles. And he created all these strategies to basically strike fear in them to make them run. And I won't ruin it for people, but it's very well done.
So Whisper's been busy. He's got all kinds of
Yeah,
recommendations.
that's why we're not going to Florida, because he's too busy. Like,
Got too much
That's
TV
right.
to watch. Can't
too
go.
much, yeah, too much
it's
TV.
a couple hours of TV.
Wow, man. I was looking forward to this trip too. Whole week off.
We were supposed to be there what time today?
We're supposed to be there today.
I wonder what happened.
Man,
Just like Whispers.
Just like Whispers.
Mhm. My fault.
So, Stacey, what did you watch when you were in your hotel room in various cities? on America?
You know, because we get Netflix in the movie. I mean, in the room. So I'm just going back watching Friday Night Lights, the TV.
Oh, that's a
version.
great show.
Man, it's one of the best shows ever. And just going back watching, you know, just because you kind of forget things in the show, and then you go back and watch it, like, oh my God, I remember that. It's a great show to watch, America. If you've never seen Friday Night Lights,
Oh, it's fantastic.
some people, I met somebody said, oh, I watch All American. I said, well, All American is just like Friday Night Lights. You know, it's a difference. You know,
Yeah.
And then the
it's-
actors that came out of there, a lot of them.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a great show. I if you want a good family show, check this show out. It's 5 seasons of it. So I'm making season 3 right now. I wish they would have kept it going, but once those kids graduate,
Right.
you
They try to
can't-
bring
yeah,
new guys
yeah,
in.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah.
But they brought in at the end.
Michael
They
B.
brought in
Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Which kind of catapulted
The
his
story with him
career.
and his dad was interesting.
Yeah. So you know, it's a good show, and it's a good family show. So I urge all people to check it out.
And speaking of a long-running show, it is the last year for Curb Your Enthusiasm on HBO with
love
Larry
that show.
David, and he's really slowed down. You know, they're showing him walking, and he's
not
showing
good.
his age. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
He's got to be what, 70s?
yeah. I mean, he was the guy that created Seinfeld.
Yeah, created
Originally,
Seinfeld.
you know, he wanted to be the lead role, and they're like, well, nobody knows who you
No one
are.
knows who you are.
But he was the one behind all the great
The jokes.
storylines that
Yeah.
they had in Seinfeld, and then he finally got a chance to star in his own show, and that show is raunchy and
great.
crosses all the wrong lines.
All it is Seinfeld with rated
R-rated.
R.
Yeah.
And it's
Which is
because it's on HBO, you can go
Yeah.
so much further. I mean, they had a episode 2 or 3, whatever it was last week. He goes down to Atlanta and it's during an election, and he hands a bottle of water to a woman in line, which was against the law. So he gets arrested, and it just goes on, and he's like so politically incorrect. It's just laugh out loud funny.
And he's
Typically
always
Larry
he's always
David.
in an argument with somebody.
Always, yeah.
Well, that's the theme. He's the unintended asshole
Yeah.
in every show.
But as the show's
He doesn't
going
know
on,
he's an
he's
asshole.
definitely the intended asshole.
Yeah,
you know?
he's hilarious.
He's crossed
dude.
that line.
right,
He's
right.
hilarious. Did you see the episode? You watched all the episodes?
Yeah, yeah.
The episode when he had a girl in his car, and every time he took a girl in his car, she'd have an orgasm. So his car had a certain bump in it. So they'd be driving, and he's thinking he's going home to get with this girl.
Yeah.
They go to dinner, and he's all excited, and they get in the car. So, oh, Larry, I can't wait to get home with you. Da, da, da. It was like, I can't wait to get home with you too. So they get in the car, and his car's bumping. Do, do, do. And she's like, oh. So then he goes, is everything okay? Yes, everything's good. So Larry, they park the car, and she goes, well, Larry, I'm tired right now. I'm just
tired.
I'm just gonna go to sleep. And he goes, what? Wait, Larry with that screechy voice. What? You're gonna go to sleep? Really? Are you serious? She's like, Larry, I'm just gonna go to sleep. I'm tired. I gotta go to
When
work.
they had a JB
Yeah.
Smoove too.
So then JB
Oh,
Smoove,
he's so
remember?
funny in that.
So JB Smoove came in and sat in the car, and he goes, I don't know what's his name on the show, Leon.
Leon.
Leon,
yeah.
He goes, Leon, I just don't know what's happening. All these women get in my car. I think we're gonna go home and we're gonna have some passionate lovemaking, blah blah blah. And then they get out of the car and they don't want to see me. And he's like, wow, Larry, I don't know. Well, let's just ride in the car and find out what's going on. So they're driving. Leon's in the car. All of a sudden, Leon, oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, and he's making all these moaning. And he has an orgasm in the car. He goes, Larry, it's the car.
It's the best.
It's the funniest show,
Remember
dude.
the wooden fruit? Who the fuck puts wooden fruit in a bowl? I mean, he chips his tooth.
I bet the episode when he fought what's her name? League of Our Own, the one that's the dark hair talks all the time.
Oh yeah, Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell. They fought over the coat check.
Yeah.
They fought over the
It's a great
good,
show.
man.
If you're not easily offended, you should check it out. If you are easily offended,
If you're a
don't
Seinfeld
watch
fan,
it.
if you're a Seinfeld fan and you want a little edge to it, watch Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Because in the beginning, when it first came out, the first cut was kind of slow.
Yeah.
And then it started heating up.
Then they found their groove.
Yeah,
and
about
they
the
brought
fourth,
Leon and they got even
fourth
better.
or fifth.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. That's man.
Yeah,
That's
it's the right political environment to go back and watch Palestinian chicken.
Oh, is that with Super Dave?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
Super Dave
Super
Armstrong?
Dave,
Yeah.
Yeah,
The chicken's so good here, I gotta go.
yeah. He might be in trouble now doing that.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Especially
he
how that ends.
Yeah.
What happens.
Oh my God,
It's
that's
so good though.
because Super Dave passed away, right?
Yes, he did
Yeah, yeah,
recently.
Man, he was funny on that show.
He was great.
He was funny on that. They got a good ensemble.
Yeah. Great cast.
Great
No
show. You got to
question
watch
about
it, America.
Ted Danson.
So we gave
Yeah.
you some great recommendations that you can check out during All-Star Weekend. So no NBA games, check out some of the shows we suggested, and we guarantee you'll have a good time. Stacey had a unfortunate incident on the way here in terms of your limo ride, but all taken care of, all
Yes,
good.
Everything's good, America. This shows you the ability of Windy City. They make sure that I got here on time. So we had a little.
Well, not exactly on time.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Mark? You know what? If you'd have known what happened, okay.
Well, tell the folks what happened.
America just had a little air in the tire, flat tire, but we fixed it. We moved on. We got here on time. We were a little about 30 minutes late. We were supposed to shoot up at 4:00, but we made it on time. So if you ever have that happen to you, this is like the second time I've had some kind of. Remember back like probably about 6 years ago, I was going to the game, and I had tire trouble at the game, and the game was like a 1:00 game. I think we were playing New Jersey.
I do remember that.
And they were New Jersey before they went to Brooklyn. So we're playing them, and I missed like the first quarter because I had some car trouble. And the story has it. There's a lot of stories, Mark, about that. A lot of stories. A lot of people said
set the record.
Yeah,
straight.
a lot of people said, Stacey had a flat tire. And he had to change his own tire. Stacey didn't know it was a 1:00 game, and he was late because he thought it was a 3:00 game.
What's the real story?
Well, America, the real story. Dun, 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 dun. I thought it was a 3:00 game. It was 1:00 game.
There it is.
The old flat tire.
That happened
trick,
probably
yeah.
about 8-10 years ago. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
So so you heard the real story here, America. Okay, so statute of limitations. Can't get in trouble. Windy City Limousine provides championship service. Making a reservation is so easy. It's a slam dunk. Let Windy City break the full court pressure of traffic and get you to your destination in style and on time. Contact Windy City at 847-916-9300. That's 847-916-9300. Or hit WindyCityLimos.com.
Absolutely. Hey, if you missed our last two episodes, we're in the mood to laugh talking about Larry David and Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
We had a couple of great comics impersonators that were on. We had Aries Spirits 2 weeks ago, and then we had Frank Caliendo. So if you haven't had a chance to check out those episodes, please do. We were laughing throughout. Really entertaining stuff. So we had a lot of fun today.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with All-Star break and what Whispers comes up with. And, maybe you guys are still going to Florida.
Yeah, we'll take the red eye tonight.
No, we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. It's too late now. So just plan on the barbecue, man. Just plan on the barbecue. Let's try to get it going this weekend. Me and Mark will come up. We'll come up, man, and we'll
really?
we'll come up, man. We'll visit you.
What's the temp going to be?
I don't know. It's 50-some degrees, right?
Hey, it's going to be nice.
gonna be
On
nice.
Sunday?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be next week.
Okay, maybe next week then.
Nobody works. We
No,
can come.
we can come up there. We can sit in your house. You
nothing
don't
to
want to
do.
sit in your house?
That's fine.
Yeah, we
Come
can sit
on
at
over.
he's got a koi pond over there. Is the
wow.
koi pond still over there?
Yeah, I didn't fill it in the dirt yet.
Yeah, he got a koi pond. He got a big fish in there, man. Yeah, the Whispers house it's in the state over in Barrington.
All right, we got a lot of planning to do, so it's time to say goodbye. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Gimme the Hot Sauce. We'll be back with a brand new episode next week. Until then.
And you guys enjoy your weekend and soak. This is Stacey King signing off and drive home safely. Beep, beep.
Oh my goodness! It's only preseason, but I'm hyped, Neil.